Hey guys, LevelWho here, continuing the mini-series on the chopper. Today I'm going to cover defensive tactics, that is, ways to keep your helicopter alive. I will have some additional videos on other vehicles coming soon, so stay tuned to LevelUP for more. Well, let's get started. One of the deadliest enemies to the chopper is a javelin. It's best to be aware and avoid the lock to begin with, but if you find yourself locked, the best way to identify that it is possibly a javelin is that it is preceded by an exceptionally long lock tone. If you think you've had a javelin shot at you, the best advice I can give you is to first try and spot the incoming missile. Javelins are very slow, so you should have some time. Once you've spotted it, use ECM just before the missile drops. Ensure that your ECM is still in effect by the time the missile would hit. The missile will usually spin around you until it runs out of fuel. If you're low enough to the ground like I am here, it will likely hit the ground and explode. The same is true if you're high in the air. Again, wait until the last second possible and then hit your ECM. If you're lucky, the missile will fly around you like it does here and then explode in midair. Apprehensive about using ECM versus heat seekers? Well, there's some tips I can give you to increase your effectiveness.
Okay.
It's usually best to use your ECM at the very last second, even versus a heat seeker. Not only will the heat seeker potentially fly around you like the javelin did earlier, but many times it will simply deflect off and explode in the air. Alternatively, if you find yourself out of ECM, try to use cover to your advantage. The missile will often hit the cover if you're close enough to it. Another deadly enemy to the helicopter is an enemy TV missile. TV missiles can be exceptionally difficult to spot on certain maps. The best advice I can give you is to use the third-person chase cam. It clears up your view significantly and oftentimes gets rid of glass glare. The best advice I can give you to dodge them is to first spot them. Timing is very important in dodging a TV missile. You don't have to do much, as long as you do it right at the point that the gunner can't react fast enough. Remember, there's a significant delay for the gunner when he shoots a TV missile. If you're still having trouble dodging TV missiles, you can actually equip the laser designator. The laser designator will actually spot the incoming TV missile for you. Depending on your ping, the best time to dodge is shortly after the laser designator acquires a lock. If you have the right timing, all it takes to dodge is a simple down thrust. You can add fancy tricks like pitching your nose down or pitching your tail down or even doing a complete 360, but the best dodge is all about timing. Now, if you find yourself disabled, there are a few things that you can do to repair. The first is obviously to get to the ground and wrench. The helicopter can actually hit the ground exceptionally hard as long as you land on the skids. Once you've landed on the ground, both the pilot and gunner should both exit and start to repair the helicopter. I would recommend having the gunner get in just before the vehicle is completely repaired and then immediately getting into the gunner's seat. This will quick start the helicopter, allowing the pilot to immediately take off like you see here. Alternatively, you can actually seat switch in mid-air in the Viper. The gunner simply needs to equip the extinguisher as his pilot specialization, so that whenever your gunner is in the pilot's seat, he has the extinguisher. It does take time to practice, but basically one member gets out of the vehicle and immediately turns around and tries to re-enter the vehicle. While one person is out of the vehicle, the next person is able to switch to the pilot's seat and run his extinguisher. You then repeat the process to get the pilot and gunner back in the correct seats. Again, as the normal pilot, I am running my ECM jammer, and then my gunner, for his pilot specialization, is running extinguisher, so that once he gets into the pilot's seat, after I exit of course, he extinguishes the chopper and prevents us from being disabled. Just keep practicing and you'll be a chopper pro in no time. But don't let it go to your head.
Tarzan. Yeah, that guy can eat shit. And that one too. That one can eat shit as well. And this one right here is about to eat it. As soon as my TV reloads, dodging and stuff. What's he doing? Oh, I missed him. Okay. Time's over. Well, I feel successful.
Bam, 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 ba, dam, bam.